With the film expected to be her final chapter, Jamie Lee Curtis says Laurie Strode will be different in one major way for Halloween Ends. Curtis returns for one last time as the iconic horror final girl alongside fellow Halloween franchise vets James Jude Courtney, Andy Matichak, Will Patton and Kyle Richards, as well as Nick Castle in his final cameo turn as Michael Myers. David Gordon Green is also back to direct Halloween Ends on a script he wrote with Danny McBride, Paul Brad Logan and Chris Bernier. Halloween Ends will pick up a few years after the events of the previous film as Laurie is now living with Allison and working to move on from her past trauma, only for the death of a young boy being babysat spirals into one final confrontation between Laurie and Michael. With the film being touted as a conclusion to Laurie's story, theories have circulated about how the film will end, including the possibility of the character's death by the end of the movie. While audiences continue to debate the movie's potential ending, one Halloween Ends star is offering a tease of how it will begin. While speaking with Total Film via CBR for their cover story on the horror movie sequel, Jamie Lee Curtis shared some insight for where Laurie Strode will become Halloween Ends. The franchise star revealed that Laurie will be a very different woman in the new film in one major way, with the character actually working to process her encounters with Michael unlike before. See what Curtis said below. Curtis note that Laurie has gotten help by the start of Halloween Ends is sure to prove an interesting change of pace for longtime fans of the franchise, especially after 2018's Legacy sequel saw her having put nearly all of her focus in the years since the original movie to training both herself and her daughter Karen for Michael's return. Given Halloween Kills saw Laurie mostly bedridden as she recovered from her injuries from her then recent encounter with Michael, a plot point met with a lot of division amongst critics and audiences alike, she understandably didn't have much time to process what she'd been through. While the first Halloween Ends trailer seemed to point towards Laurie being ready for Michael's return, it will be interesting to see how her getting help factors into her new fights for survival. It will also be interesting to see if part of the reason Laurie finally decides to get help by time of Halloween Ends stems from the apparent death of her daughter Karen at the end of Halloween Kills. Star Judy Greer has previously indicated she has no involvement in the next film, seemingly confirming her fate, but with a variety of characters pulling off miraculously recoveries throughout the franchise, one can only hope that Laurie and her family have gotten some rest together in the 4-year time gap. Only time will tell when Halloween Ends hits theaters on October 14th. Source: Total Film via CBR. Key release date: Halloween Ends release date 2022 10/14.